How's it going, everybody? Welcome to this week's episode of Last Week in Gaming. Ren, Mike, and Tim here. Live from Chez Geeks, your one-stop shop for everything board games and trading cards in Montreal.
There we go.
They're actually going to be having this really awesome
auction
for their board. Thank you.
No problem.
They're going to have this really awesome auction today. They do this every year. And so you guys are going to get to witness an awesome auction. People going, $10!
And you missed it for this year, but next year, come by. Absolutely.
So let's get right into it.
Let's jump
right into the news. So our first article this week is going to be talking about No Man's Sky, or more specifically, Hello Games.
Hello.
Yeah.
I
don't know why you say hello. I'd rather say goodbye.
Yes.
So they were recently under fire for having
what? With the
lied.
Yeah,
they got away with advertising.
False advertisement.
No Man's Lie. It did. What's one of the many nicknames it has? Minecraft in space. That's another one.
Which is funny because Minecraft has space mods and they're infinitely better than No Man's Sky. But I digress.
So they went to court. They were brought to court, and finally the ruling came through, and Hello Games was judged to be not guilty.
No, but I mean, at the end of the day, as much as I dislike No Man's Sky and Hello Games, this was somewhat baseless, in my opinion. I mean, dude, Nintendo's been doing this for 3 decades.
Yeah, but we're not talking about Nintendo, are we?
No, we're not. You're
We're
right.
talking about an unfortunate indie company that has like 7 employees.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, there's endless bad shit to say about No Man's Sky.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
But I don't think you can hold a company accountable for bad and false advertising when a game's in development, because the game's going to take a million different forms from that moment of development.
Oh, I can.
I can.
I definitely can.
Go for it.
When the dev, like the what's the name of the actual dev?
Hello Games.
No, but like the guy.
Sean Murray.
Okay, Sean Murray. When he goes on camera saying, "Yes, there will be multiplayer. You will be able to play with your friends,"
That
and
is
then
true.
there is nothing.
What they were brought to court for was the trailer itself, and the trailer never mentioned specifically having multiplayer.
That is true.
Sure.
So,
Well, actually, no. Wasn't there a part of a trailer where he flies off into space
With
and then
other
other
people.
players join him?
Yep.
I feel like there was.
Yes.
they never said it. They never used the words multiplayer.
Dude, I think maybe it's time that game trailers become more honest with what they're showcasing.
Would be nice.
Not saying that every company out there should be brought to court because of false advertising.
The amount of Hollywood studios that would be brought to court for making a movie look amazing when it's a piece of shit.
Yeah, like the Warcraft movie.
But that's what I'm saying. I think that the ruling was fair in the sense that of all the negative things to say about Hello Games and the way that they treated the game and the community and the silence, this is not one of the things you could hold them accountable for.
Yeah.
Let us know what you guys think.
In the comments below.
Hey everybody.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up? Good. So we got an interesting leak from Toys R Us.
Oh,
The Nintendo Switch price
$3,000.
divided by 10
Oh, okay.
plus 30 or 50
We can't math today.
plus 30. All right, so $330, everybody.
Whoa.
Wow.
Canadian, very important.
Wow, that's
So that's like $5 US.
pretty much. at
Yep,
this point,
that's
yeah.
actually $2.93 US. To be specific.
That's good conversion.
Very interesting price point.
By the way, before I get called out in the comments below, I'm kidding. It's not actually $2.93.
Thanks, Tim, for that. That's good.
Just to make steady grounds here. Yeah, interesting price point.
$330.
$330.
I've never seen a price that low since
The 3DS.
handheld.
For real though.
Do you know how much this concerns me now, though?
Oh,
for Nintendo?
It totally concerns me too.
Like, first of all, there was the what was it? 8 gigs of onboard memory.
Yeah.
The cartridges that are max 16 gigs.
Mm-hmm.
and now $330 price point.
So what are you saying basically?
What I'm saying is, why don't you just get a Wii U?
Because it's a next
Because
generation
it's-
console.
because it's last gen.
But is it really going to be that next generation? Like, I don't think this is going to.
Right, the Wii U is unsupported now.
It is
The Wii U
unsupported.
So
So
now
that
you
means
have
it's
no
actually going to
choice.
rise in price now. It's going to be rare.
For real though, has the Wii U ever been supported?
by nobody.
No.
By
Exactly.
Nintendo. And I mean, to me,
Their only fan.
the big, and this is again, I think Nintendo missing out on opportunities here.
Yes.
Instead of releasing Zelda exclusively to the Switch, they're releasing it on the Switch and the Wii U.
Well, they did that same thing
And
for
now
Twilight.
I know, but me as a person who is considering wanting this Zelda game because it looks pretty badass,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go pick up a Switch. I'm gonna go pick up a Wii U to play this game.
Really?
Well, why would you? Okay, so why would you pick up a previous gen console when the price point is clearly set for people who want a cheap new gen console?
Because it's saving $100 or so, right?
But well, why don't you just wait and just not buy it immediately? Just save
Because-
up for the extra 100.
I just don't want
But
to.
Tim, Zelda on the go.
Nah.
Yeah, it's the whole
Yeah.
get the Switch in and out. You know, don't you want to do this?
Like a shake weight. No, I don't actually really want to do that, honestly. And the thing is, like, it depends also how it's going to play, I guess, on the Switch. Is it going to be like one of those things that I got to put the screen down and play like this? Because that
Yeah.
I'm not interested in.
Honestly, even I think there was like new gameplay that came out or a new trailer for it, and
It
even
was like hour-long gameplay video.
yeah, and it looked like it was laggy in some places.
Yeah, well, I
So
mean, I'm just
I'm
not
concerned.
convinced about the Switch. I looked at the Integra card that they put in there. It's apparently almost as powerful as what's inside a PS4 regular, not a PS4 Pro.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Yeah.
we never complained about the PS4 before the
No,
Pro.
no, no.
But
so-
the thing is, at the same time, they say that even though it's as powerful,
Yeah.
the graphics are lower quality.
based on that game.
Based on like we
Well,
remember,
it's based on the Shield, which had the Integra beforehand. Which
just
was
just remember that when a game comes out on a new console, the experience of the devs on that console and pushing its limits are not there,
If
right?
you want a really good example, look at Uncharted 1 versus Uncharted 3 on the PS3.
oh yeah, absolutely.
You would never expect the same team worked on the same game within the same console cycle.
But my point is, if I want to play the Zelda game, why would I go and spend more money to be able to play it when I could spend less money and play it?
Well, then you have to look at it this way: are you buying a console for one game?
Yes.
Really?
In this instance, absolutely.
I wouldn't go that far for myself. I would buy a console because it's an investment for future titles.
I suppose, but I mean, at the same time, the Switch. On the Wii U, I'd have Smash Bros. Instantly. I'd have Mario Kart instantly. I'd have Zelda instantly.
the classics.
Exactly, and that's really what I want, right? And am I gonna want to wait 5 years on the Switch for the Smash Bros. To come out, and then wait another 6 for Mario Kart, and then wait another 7 for the Super Mario Brothers that they showed in the trailer to actually come out?
Ah, but there's a
Because
Mario
that's
game
how
that comes up
Nintendo
every
does
3
things.
months.
Yeah. pretty
Nintendo's
much.
like, hey, we're gonna release this. Like at this point, I don't even think that the Zelda game's gonna come out in March of next year.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be delayed until November of next year, and then it's gonna be delayed to 2018 because that's what Nintendo does.
So by then, the 330 price point will be about 300.
There you go.
I just got owned.
So what do you guys think about the 330 Canadian dollars price point? If it is, it probably is.
I might look into it.
I might look into it. Maybe.
Last week we had a really big week actually for games.
Last week was a huge
It
week
was
in
huge
gaming
week,
news.
a huge week. We had the Game Awards.
Yeah.
VGAs?
No,
VGAs.
not the VGAs. The Game Awards. It's no longer the same thing.
It's true. It's no longer the Video Game Awards.
Even though it's still Jeff Keighley who hosts it.
By the way, guys,
Still in the same venue.
this week there's gonna be a too much salt segment. And I'm gonna host it.
Yep, we actually have quite a few things to say about the actual Game Awards
Yeah.
themselves.
And Nathan Drake's voice
Nolan North,
Nolan North won
performance,
best
best
performance,
vocal
which
performance,
is
which obviously.
the
Yeah,
man of
obviously.
infinite voices.
Okay, let's get to the juicy
Best-
detail.
best game direction. Nominees were Overwatch, Battlefield 1, Doom, Uncharted 4, and Titanfall 2.
Game direction or best game?
Best game direction.
Okay.
Overwatch won that.
Why?
But why though? Like for real, why?
That doesn't make any sense.
Game direction. What is that?
Wait. Let us get to the final category.
Okay.
Game of the year.
No, we all know who
Oh,
won
God.
Game of the Year.
Nominees were
It's Uncharted, right?
No.
nominees were Doom, Inside, Overwatch, Titanfall 2, Uncharted 4.
Well, obviously it's Doom or
How do you like? Okay, we all know who the winner was. The
It's
winner was
Overwatch.
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 But here's my problem with that. How do you make Game of the Year? First of all, it should be an encompassing of absolutely everything, from narrative to graphics to story
art, music,
Gameplay.
story,
to gameplay to like to
Everything.
everything. How do you put Overwatch in the same category as Doom,
Uncharted 4,
Uncharted 4, Titanfall 2, you know, and then have it somehow win Game of the Year? Like, it's a multiplayer only game.
Even though there is animated shorts, there's background.
Yeah, okay, well,
but no,
animated
I'm not saying
shorts.
I'm
No,
not
it's not
making
like-
excuses.
I think best game of the year should be what it says it is, which is the best game. It doesn't matter anything else you put out that has to do with like mangas, comics,
Yeah.
shorts. I think it should be the game itself.
Like
I
last
totally
year was The Witcher 3,
I mean,
which made sense. It was the game of the. There was no game that came out in 2015 that was better
Than
The
Witcher
Witcher
3.
3. It was a complete package. The whole thing was amazing. I don't think we should take anything away from the Overwatch
No,
team because
absolutely
they did win and they did. I mean, Overwatch is admittedly a fantastic game. Everybody who has played Overwatch has liked Overwatch. I don't think I know anybody who's played it who hasn't liked it.
I hated it until I played it, and then I loved it.
there you go.
Pretty much, eh? But then the question comes, was it really a game or was it just a multiplayer mode? For what could have been a game. A full game with a single player and
Single-player,
a campaign
yes.
mode and an actual story and
I mean, at the end of the day, we can't blame anyone really for it because they were fan votes at the end of the day.
yep.
Everything was fan voted, and that's how everything was selected. And I mean, I understand Overwatch has a giant community.
Yes.
So
And it's
that's where
a
it comes
wonderful
down.
game.
It also came out more recently than Uncharted 4.
Or
So
Doom and
Yep. It's fresh in people's minds. They're constantly updating with new content. So it's always fresh in people's minds. People are like, oh yeah, Overwatch, such a great game. It's
have
obvious.
you played the new character or the
Yeah.
new map?
If
Yeah.
you have any different picks for Game of the Year, let us know
Yeah,
in
let
the comments
us know.
section down
Please
below.
do.
We want to know.
Please do.
Gentlemen,
Yes.
Hello.
welcome
Reynolds.
again.
Reynolds.
Reynolds.
Reginald.
Speaking of Reginald's,
Speaking of Reginald's. Okay.
so we were talking about Doom earlier,
Yes.
Yeah.
and we all know how Doom is a staple of the gaming industry.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's basically the benchmark test game. If you can
Yeah.
run Doom on this,
if you can run Doom
it is
on
technology.
the little touchpad on the new on the
it is officially technology.
It's official technology. Have you guys heard of a Doom? I think it's called Insane Doom or something. It's like a mod pack for Doom.
Yeah, well, it's like kind of a pixel arty kind of vibe shit. No, isn't it?
No, not that one. I'm speaking of like legit a Doom expansion. And
Oh.
you have like a shit ton of game modes, stuff like that.
Okay.
It's a fan project.
I never heard of
It's
it,
been
but-
going on for like a little while, and like it's loved in the Doom community.
Okay.
There's also this smaller Doom game, which is like an over the top. That's the game we're gonna talk about, by the way.
Yeah.
Top down like roguelike Doom game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bethesda Bethesda called for a cease and desist on that game.
No.
Yeah.
ZeniMax.
ZeniMax, sorry, not Bethesda, ZeniMax.
Yeah. Who owned Bethesda?
Who owned
Just for
Bethesda.
clarity's sake.
Yes.
Same thing. I will actually take. I'm gonna take.
Be the devil's advocate.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Yes.
take ZeniMax's side on this.
The devs advocate.
The devs advocate, exactly.
Oh, I like that.
I make a game, kill it with ice, go download it. Subtle
Promotion.
So
Yeah.
subtle, Mike.
if I were to put that on the store, which it already is, go download it,
And it's free.
and it's free.
It's free.
Apple and Android devices. And then somebody releases a game called Kill It With Ice.
Kill with not ice.
Or Kill It With Fire, and it's exactly the same fucking game as my game. And it uses my sprites, and they rip my sprites, and they rip my graphics. I'm like...
Okay, I understand.
No.
I understand.
You want to say something? Because I want to say something.
You go first. We'll do a little.
We'll do a little.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Intellectual property rights and protection.
absolutely. Now I'm gonna say something. Your game came out this year. Or-
Came out December 24th, 2015.
Okay. The game that was made, or the games that are copied, are, I would say, fan projects
Yeah.
of already long existing and standing games.
Okay.
Usually.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, there's a difference between ripping off
Yeah.
and paying homage to.
The line can be blurred though.
It can be blurred.
Because I'm telling you now, as a game developer, if I have an IP, my IP that's currently in the works, and somehow, let's say we have 3 or 4 sequels, and it's a great IP, and then somebody comes along and does. There's a difference between like fan art or like fan things and a full fucking game.
Of course.
It may be getting a little loud, so hopefully you guys can hear us. But when you reach that point where I have an established IP that I need to protect, and that I've got people that are coming and infringing on my names, locations, and stuff like that I have as a part of my intellectual property,
get it.
legally,
I get
I have a legal obligation to send these people cease and desist letters.
True, but are they giving you are they at least crediting you in this sense? Like, if the person says this is my game,
doesn't matter.
Well, it matters to a certain point.
It doesn't
because-
matter.
Of course.
It doesn't matter.
Why not? Why
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter because the IP is the property of Too Much Sugar Productions. That's it. That's all. It is an intellectual property for that very reason. It's the same reason companies have non-disclosure agreements. It's the same reason that in your contract when you work for a company, you sign off all of the work that you do belongs to the company
Okay.
to avoid issues of intellectual property.
Okay, so Ren said you wanted to say something.
All right, a couple of things, but I'm gonna make it quick.
I'm a pretty good devil's advocate. Huh?
You are. Here's the thing: you are legally.
Yep.
You own the property.
Sure.
Now, wouldn't you say that since you own the property, you can allow people to make free games that render homage to what you do? In this sense,
Yes and no.
in this sense, Doom came out. Well, came out a long time ago. Doom is now a fully 3D game, amazing graphics, all this stuff. This game, which was completely innocent of yes, assets were recopied because it's Doom, right? So it needs to have the creatures. It was a roguelike, so it's not even like an FPS. Would you personally, knowing that you now have a big IP like Doom, you own the IP, would you send a cease and desist letter to the guy who made a game that has your name but that is completely free and is making no money out of it?
Personally, I would tell him to replace the assets that were taken from the game. I would tell him to change the name, and he could say that it was inspired by the title, but that he cannot use our intellectual property, anything that's related to our intellectual property, for legal reasons.
Okay.
Because at some point, you've got your lawyers going cease and desist. You don't think this is like everybody's decision, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But anyway, what do you guys think of this? It's a subject that's touched on very often, and I did take the devs side on this.
The devs advocate.
The devs advocate, but it would be interesting to also have both sides because I do play both sides of the fence.
Yeah, for sure.